Good day, everyone. My name is Kristie King. I'm the Executive Director for the Southeast Michigan Senior Regional Collaborative. In today's video, we'll be discussing some issues in aging, an overview of challenges faced by older adults. But before we begin our presentation today, a little bit of information about who we are at the SRC. We want to welcome everyone to this presentation and let you guys know that the Senior Regional Collaborative is a nonprofit association of government and nonprofit organizations that serve seniors and persons living with disabilities and their caregivers. We provide our member organizations with networking, training, and funding opportunities, helping them to build partnerships and improve the quality of life for the older adults and people with disabilities, along with their caregivers in and throughout Southeast Michigan. In today's discussion, we'll begin by giving a brief introduction of aging, kind of an overview. Then we will continue by explaining the social determinants of health, or SDOHs you may have heard before, and how they relate to issues in aging, focusing on social and community context, economic stability, and the physical environment. We will also discuss some of the physical and mental health issues that impact the senior population. We will end by talking about how to take action. So what does aging mean to you? Before learning more about issues in aging, let's consider what aging means to you. Have you considered any factors of aging? If so, what are they? Let's think about that. What are some issues that first come to mind when you think about aging? The senior population is increasing at a large rate, a fast rate. Therefore, the issues that will be discussed impact a large number of individuals. The number of Americans aged 65 and older is projected to nearly double from 52 million in 2018 to 95 million by 2060. And the 65 and older age group's share of the total population will rise from 16% to 23%. This increasing population is becoming more racially and ethnically diverse. Seniors make up 17% of the population here in Michigan. And the number of older adults in the workplace is increasing as well. There are around 7,300 seniors working in the Detroit area. The process of aging is natural and happens through different biological, physical, and psychological or behavioral changes. The signs of aging can be identified through physical attributes such as graying hair and wrinkling skin. Other signs are not immediately visible. Decreased function of senses such as eyesight and hearing, as well as lower abilities to perform everyday activities, and higher risk of contracting disease or developing illnesses are common signs of aging in an individual as well. The natural process of decreased functionality can impact a person's social and community context, their economic stability, and their ability to interact with their physical environment. How does an older person interact with their family, friends, and coworkers? How do they adjust to significant income changes if they are no longer able to work? How do they cover expensive medical bills? Do they have access to health care if they are no longer able to drive themselves to appointments and such? What impact do the burdens of aging have on people's mental health? These questions represent some of the issues that arise for seniors as they age and face these inevitable changes. The social determinants of health. Aging becomes complicated because of the issues that impact our older adults from a number of different areas. The environment around an aging person has a significant impact on aging safely and successfully. The social determinants of health are the conditions and the places where people live, learn, work, and play that affect a wide range of health risks and outcomes. We can explore the issues in aging as they relate to the social determinants of health in order to clearly identify the impact of these issues on aging adults. This diagram shown on the slide lists out the 5 social determinants of health. These are education, access, and quality, because those with higher educations typically live healthier lives. Healthcare access and quality, neighborhood and built environment where a person lives can determine much about their health outcomes. Social and community context relates to a person's relationships and interactions with family, friends, co-workers, and community members. And economic stability depends on a person's financial resources. Although not all of these might be directly influential during the entirety of an individual's life, these determinants come into play in various aspects throughout a person's lifespan. For example, research shows that individuals that have limited access to quality education are more likely to experience lower cognitive abilities later in life. Many of the issues faced by seniors in our community can be tied to the determinants of social and community context, economic stability, and physical environment. So let's begin by exploring the issues that relate to social and community context, such as ageism, family conflict, and caregiving. Ageism is defined as the prejudice or discrimination of people because of their age. Ageism is not just targeted towards older adults. Categorizing individuals under stereotypes, the use of undermining language, misrepresentation in mass media, and exclusion from policies and or job opportunities are common examples of ways in which we see ageism in our daily life. These examples might apply to both younger and older folk. A person might be seen as unfit for a job if they're too young, but also if they're too old. You might also hear language such as, kids these days do not take life seriously, which is a false generalization. As much as you might hear older people are stuck in their ways, there's no way they can make change for the better. Of course, another false generalization. However, something you might not realize about ageism is that it has deep implications for the population it is being targeted towards. In this case, older adults. Ageist language and behavior promotes discrimination in all settings, creating tension for older adults in their homes, workplace, and overall community. Additionally, research suggests that internalized ageism might have negative effects on the way that we age, with an increased likelihood of falling, longer recovery time from surgeries, or higher levels of impairment. Ageism affects the way seniors interact with their friends, families, and co-workers. It impacts how they interact with their community and environment overall. The burden of family conflict. We don't often think about that. Factors such as diverse family structure, lack of control in caretaking decisions, social controls and restrictions placed upon the older adult are some of the causes of family conflict. As this slide notes, evidence suggests that most family conflict can increase stress levels, which can in turn have further negative health impacts on aging individuals. Caregiving decisions or identifying a caregiving plan and team can also create a burden on older adults. Caregivers are people, could be family members, neighbors, or friends, but there are people and individual trusts with different responsibilities when they come to need care. Some of the roles caregivers may take are emergency contact person, medical durable power of attorney, which makes the healthcare decisions for you if you are unable, drivers, medicine managers, cooks, and special helpers, exercise helpers, and someone who can entertain the person by making them laugh and just really feel comfortable. Many older adults do not assign these roles until the last moment necessary, leading to unnecessary strain and stress on themselves and their families. Let's talk a little bit about economic stability. It is another social determinant of health that sees significant changes and issues among the senior population. One problem with economic stability, many older adults choose to retire or become unable to work due to a decline in their physical condition, resulting in a significant loss of income. Without proper retirement planning, which can be difficult for many, people are faced with the issue of being unable to receive medical treatment or having to choose between meals or paying for medicine. They experience a decline in income. Over 15 million older adults in the US are financially insecure. The income of over half of the seniors that are Black or Hispanic falls below the 200% of the federal poverty line. And in Detroit, 14% of senior households have an annual income less than $10,000 and 37% less than $20,000 a year, with a median household income being around $27,000. 1 in 4 seniors in Metro Detroit live below the poverty line, and around 11,000 seniors have food insecurity. Senior scams are another issue when we talk about economic stability. This issue actually might threaten the overall economic stability of a senior in the high occurrence of these with these scams. More than 3.5 million older adults are victims of financial exploitation each year. Common scams that target seniors could be online shopping scams, tech support scams, imposter scams, romance scams, and sweepstakes scams. I'm sure many of you have heard of a lot of those. A person's physical environment also impacts their quality of life. Housing. The number of older adult households in Southeast Michigan is projected to reach over 2 million in 20 years, increasing the likelihood of problems related to housing. Some examples of these issues are related to affordability. Although many seniors are homeowners, there is a large growing amount of older adults who need access to affordable, accessible housing. Many seniors might require assisted living, which has many benefits, but it has the major downfall of adding extra expenses. Renovations. Many living in older homes will need to account for renovations, which will place a financial burden on many lower income individuals. Accommodations. Many homes have staircases or other limiting features that might challenge a person's ability to move around in their own home independently. Some of the solutions of this issue may be installing stair lifts or showers instead of baths, or grab bars might be a financial burden. Transportation. Due to cognitive or physical impairments, older adults may lose their ability to drive at some point in their lives. This might limit their ability to access food, attend medical appointments, or might cause many to isolate, negatively impacting their physical and mental health. Additionally, many cities lack adequate and reliable public transportation systems, further limiting a person's access to the aforementioned resources. Finally, seniors struggle with both physical and mental conditions that affect their daily lives. 80% of older adults 65 and over have at least one chronic condition. Chronic conditions are broadly defined as conditions that last 1 year or more and require ongoing medical attention, limit activities of daily living, or both. Not only do many seniors experience mental health illnesses such as depression, but the burden of these diseases, as well as many of the issues mentioned previously, have deep negative effects on the mental health of older adults. 18% of all suicide deaths are older adults. But let's think about it. Aging is not all bad. There are some benefits, definitely benefits, such as being more skilled at managing emotions and being more socially aware and being more capable of handling conflict, for instance. Additionally, there is more free time, which means that they are able to dedicate their time to their families, volunteer in their communities, have hobbies, and attend to other interests of their own. What are some steps you can take to help assist older adults through these aging issues? Could identify ways to educate others on the issues and share information about organizations that are helping older adults. You want to think clearly and avoid using any type of ageist language or scenarios and stereotypes. You want to stand up against age discrimination when you see it and you feel it. And once again, you want to educate others on some of the issues that we talked about today. Do your own research and educate yourself about additional aging issues and share the information about organizations that are out here helping older adults. We want to thank you for joining us today. We want to acknowledge the creator of this presentation, Ms. Sydney Morales-Badillo, who was a summer intern through the University of Michigan's 2022 Future Public Health Leaders Program. There are a number of references available for you. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to the Southeast Michigan Senior Regional Collaborative at your convenience at www.semisrc.org. And thank you for your time and your attention.